Now, Sports Talk with Broads. Here's Hunter Brody.
What is going on, everyone? The Philadelphia Phillies bounce back in Game 2 of the season to beat the Miami Marlins 7-1. Am I dreaming? Did the Phillies actually beat the team down in Miami? I'm stunned. Truthfully, I'm stunned because it feels like it's impossible to beat that damn team. But they did it. Zack Wheeler was tremendous on the mound. Phil Gosselin, at this point, the guy's name is Barrels. That's how much damage he is doing. What a remarkable story for this guy. He pretty much battled his way onto this roster. He was hitting essentially 900 in summer camp, and then he hits 2 dingers in his first appearance this season. Wow. And how about Didi Gregorius in back-to-back games, giving this Phillies offense some spark? And oh, by the way, JT Realmuto came up big with the 3-run bomb late. So, a lot to get into, a lot to talk about. It's an exciting win, no doubt about it. It wasn't all pretty. There are some things that you can definitely attack in terms of some negatives as well. A lot to get into. Before we do, this episode of Sports Talk with Broads is sponsored by Orbit Energy and Power, and with over 20 years of experience in the solar industry, they are home to your solar experts in both residential and commercial. Their solar program helps eliminate your electric bill completely. They offer flexible financing solutions such as $0 down. They also provide water purification systems, backup energy services, battery storage, tree removals, electrical upgrades, and more. Their information is in the description. So I think we have to start with Barrels, right? What's the nickname? Barrels, Ghost, the best to ever do it, you name it. And it's funny, when I saw the lineup, I tweeted out the lineup, and you can follow me on Twitter at Broads81. I am very active during game times, whether it's the Phillies, Sixers, Flyers, Eagles. I'm very active on social media, so go over there and toss me a follow. But when I tweeted out the lineup earlier today, I said, look, the MVP is in the lineup, but then I had to put in parentheses Phil Gosselin for the ones who don't know, and then he ended up having that type of day. It really was incredible. When he hits it, the thing is leaving the ballpark, and he is rolling. This is some special run that this guy is on, and he has totally earned this opportunity, and it's flat out insane. And then you hear him speak post-game. He gets interviewed by Murph after the game, and so calm, so cool, so collective, as if, what? So what? So what that I just hit 2 home runs? So what that I'm a 31-year-old journeyman that's been grinding in the minors for so long, that's been grinding for every single possible chance? So what? Here I am. So cool and calm. It was insane. I loved every minute of it, and that just gives me this vibe that he's going to continue to do it. Mentally, he's so prepared. Physically, obviously prepared. But the way that he is approaching this situation, it's all business, and he's dialed in, and he is making sure that the next time he's up to the plate, whenever that next chance is, he is so ready for that moment. And woo-hoo-hoo! Barrels! It's so funny. There were jokes when we were questioning what was happening with that 30-man roster before it came out. Well, you gotta have Phil Gosselin on there. You should drop Mike Trout from all your lineups. We were making jokes. And he put on one hell of a display. Now, how long is this run really going to last? I don't know. But it's definitely entertaining, and it's awesome to appreciate. So, you know what? Appreciate it. Damn it. Appreciate it. Let's get to Zack Wheeler. That's what I'm talking about. That was something. He was electric. With the fastball, he was pumping you 97 in the 7th inning. He gives you 7 innings. He didn't have that much when it comes to strikeouts, but he didn't need to. Why? Because he was putting stuff out there that resulted in double plays, double play balls, double play balls, double play balls. It was awesome. The fastball was awesome. The off-speed was awesome. All around, those Miami Marlins batters, they had no clue what to do. And I love the fact that we got to see Zack Wheeler because it was a questionable call heading into the weekend. We were waiting to see what was going to happen with his child. And today was supposed to be the due date for the baby, so we weren't going to see him at all. And I'm thankful that, one, the baby is healthy and that everything was smooth when it came to that. And two, that he was able to go because we needed him. We absolutely needed him. You can't lose the first 2 games of the season to the Miami Marlins. You have to win this series. And to come out and to be a professional, to be a veteran, to be an experienced guy, to take the mound after a very disappointing loss and to put together and for him to be able to execute the way that he did, that's what you need out of Zack Wheeler. And realistically, he could have went way more into the game. Now, it didn't make sense due to the score to keep him in there, but when it comes to pitch count and what inning it was, if it was a closer game, if it was a battle, I'm sure that Joe Girardi would have left him out there because he was definitely just executing at such a high rate. And it was crazy. I mean, to see 97 going that deep into the game, that's the type of stuff that you need to shut down teams. That's the type of stuff that you are going to need if you are going to beat good teams. I know it's the stinking Marlins, right? The Marlins don't have this deep lineup, this deep roster where, like the New York Yankees, right? I'm not comparing it to that, but this still wins. This is still successful. What Zack Wheeler did in this performance, that will beat the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Braves, the Mets. That type of performance will absolutely handle business against different opponents. And I mean, not that I was stunned. I've seen him do this for the New York Mets, right? We've all seen this in the division consistently. He is able to do that. It just depends on what time of the year it is. There's plenty of times where he gives you somewhat of a bad start, and then once that second half starts, he's all ready to go. He's on another level. He's on a different planet. And he gave you one of those. And the good thing about that is it's not the second half. We don't really know what this is, right? I was always asking the question when it came to Zack Wheeler. Is this technically the second half because it's the back 60 games? Or do you get the good Zack Wheeler after, say, 30 games? Or do you not get it at all because the first 60 games is still somewhat of the first half for him when it comes to the body clock when he's used to 162? I didn't know what type of Zack Wheeler to expect. But I'll be stoked if that's what it is consistently. That wins you ball games. That is a veteran leader. He had injuries in the past. No doubt about it. And I will say, when it comes to Zack Wheeler, consistency was an issue. People knew he was capable of doing this. It's how often can you do this? Are you going to follow this up with a bad start? Are you going to follow this off with a game where you're going to struggle to get out of the 5th inning and you start fooling around with those breaking pitches? I brought this up on the last episode when I was talking about this game specifically, how we need Zack Wheeler to step up, right? And I correlated what he did in that last summer game where he was beating around the bush a bit. Trying to be cute, trying to be pretty with the breaking ball stuff. Instead of using that fastball and annihilating guys. And I said annihilate guys with it. You can throw 97. You can throw 98. Do it. And, well, he must have listened because that's exactly what he did. The off-speed stuff, it worked. No doubt. He had guys confused, buckling. But it all was generated from that beautiful power of the fastball. Guys like to get cute and like to get pretty with certain off-speed pitches because it's sexier. It's sexier to strike guys out with off-speed. It's sexier to throw those pitches. Utilize what you got. When you can do that, who the hell cares? Mix in them, no doubt, obviously, but don't rely on them so heavily. And then you see the outcome. Magnificent outcome. Didi Gregorius. This home run that he yanked to right field. By the way, all of his homers is to right field. But who cares? Because he smacks the ball out of the damn ballpark. But it was an 0-2 count. An 0-2 count. Revenge from what Aaron Nola did yesterday. When Jesus Aguilar hit that home run on the 0-2 count on Nola. It's time for the Phillies to get revenge. Now, Caleb Smith, he had a tough day at the office. He could only go, 3 innings, their starter today. He had a tough day at the office. Oh, it's sexy. That swing. The follow-through. The cockiness. And the launch angle on it. I mean, he's got a good launch angle. When he gets underneath that ball, it's like, whoa! What a hell of a signing for Didi Gregorius for this 1-year prove-it deal. You kind of question, what do? Do you try and find a way to sneak a little contract extension on him? Now, obviously, he's going to want to get paid. He's going to want to get a lot of money. That was the point of the prove-it deal. I'm not talking Mookie Betts money, but the point of the prove-it deal is to show everyone that, hey, I can still play. And from there, that's when teams will say, oh, hold on, he can still play. Let's give him a contract. So he's going to want to get money. When I say get paid, I'm not talking Mookie Betts, Bryce Harper, that type of money. But for his circumstance, for what he is worth, his value, he's going to want to get paid. And how bad of a look would it be to start signing guys before JT Realmuto, too? I don't think that would be a good look. But guess what? I'm so intrigued by Didi Gregorius, and we know what he could bring to the table. He's been around the league for quite some time, and it is a tough task. It's no easy task to fill the shoes of Derek Jeter in New York playing shortstop, and he did just a great job. So that's how you know that he's smart, and he's very intelligent when it comes to the game of baseball, and he's got phenomenal mental preparation. He made stellar defensive plays today, too, specifically when he fell on his back and he's literally on his butt and he throws the ball to second base to get a nice force out, but the ball literally knocked him over. Andrew McCutchen also made a beautiful play out in left field, and that just shows you, hey, is he feeling good after that ACL injury? We were questioning what is he going to be like this season after being hurt and being this old at his age. Is he still going to be effective out there in left field? Is he going to be able to make some plays? He was running smooth. He made it wasn't a dive, it was a nice sliding catch. And then he had a nice celebration as well because we know his personality. He had a nice celebration as well to add on top of that. Good defensive plays. Here's where I think when I talked about it in the opening, where some things bother me a bit. You know me, I'm going to have to nitpick at times. Earlier in this game, there were so many times the Phillies walked and could not get that hit. Through 2 innings, they had 5 walks and only 1 run to show for it, and that 1 run was the solo home run to Didi Gregorius. So they weren't able to get over the hump and put the game away. There was an opportunity for Bryce Harper with bases juiced to not get some runs. He failed. Now, before that, Rhys Hoskins was up. And this Rhys Hoskins at bat, by the way, with that Bryce Harper at bat, he left a couple over there. I mean, he could have knocked some out there. He could have definitely put the bat on the ball and put it out in play and roped one into the outfield. But he would foul it off. He was a little late, or he was a little early. Like, let's go, Bryce. Come on, the pitch is there, man. Base is loaded. Let's blow this game out. So that bothered me. But with Rhys Hoskins, and you know me, I have a short leash with Rhys Hoskins right now. 3-1 count. Meatball down the pipe. A meatball down the pipe, dude. Swing the bat. He did swing the bat, but guess what? Hit the ball. Like, those are the type of pitches you gotta rock if you are Rhys Hoskins. Now, he ended up walking, and that's how Bryce Harper went up to the plate with bases loaded. He didn't execute, but for Rhys Hoskins, I know he walks a lot, right? Everyone's looking at the walks. Well, look, he's getting on base, bros. Rhys Hoskins has to take the opportunities of those meatballs right down the pipe. He is a home run hitter. That's not to say a walk isn't valuable. A walk is valuable. And knowing that he can hit the ball out of the ballpark, you know that pitchers will pitch around him at times. But look, his job is to murder the baseball. And it would be different if there wasn't a chance with pitches thrown over the plate for him. But 3-1 count, a meatball down the pipe, you gotta knock it out, man. That's your job. That's your job. So that's why when I look at these walks at the end of the day, sometimes I go, yeah, I get it. He walked. But that doesn't mean every single walk was the best thing that he could have done at that at-bat. Sometimes it is. It is very situational. But that one, dude, man, it had your name written all over it. That's the type of stuff. When we saw Rhys come into the league, that would be out of Citizens Bank Park. It would be right underneath the scoreboard. So that's why I'm frustrated with Rhys Hoskins. It's more than just, oh, let me look at the stat sheet after. Oh, he walked a couple times. Good. No. Because context matters with Rhys. Context matters in all of sports, but with Rhys it does. He left one right over the plate. Gotta make contact. By the way, for bullpen guys, unless it ends the inning, they have to at least face 3 batters. Yeah, that helped. I mean, the Phillies were definitely able to execute off that rule tonight. Well, this afternoon. And I'm sure there's going to be times down the road where you're going to have to be stuck with someone out there when the Phillies are pitching and it's going to backfire and it'll be karma. And you know how sports works, right? I mean, it's one big circle. You're going to get some help sometimes. You're going to get hurt by the refs other times. I mean, that's just the nature of sports. So down the road, this will come back to bite the Phillies, no doubt about it. But in this game, it absolutely helped. And look, with this JT Realmuto 3-run bomb, that was so nice to see. That was so nice to see. That thing was murdered. It hit the brick wall in center field. And the thing that was great about that was you had a Rhys Hoskins walk. That one I can live with. Bryce Harper with the bunt down the third base line for his first hit. A little how do you do there down the third base line. And how about that? The shift. You're going to keep shifting? Fine. I'll keep going that way. Now, I was questioning, will teams take that? Do teams think, hey, look, it's Bryce Harper. The dude can rock 40 home runs in a season. The guy can hit how many RBIs? Will we take a single every day of the week if we say, hey, go ahead, just take it? I think to some extent, once you start having guys on base in front of him, though, like Rhys Hoskins, that's where the damage comes into play. And this is the scenario right now that I'm giving you. That is probably where you question it a bit. I don't know if it is worth it, because here comes JT Realmuto after that, and he hit a bomb. Now, he's been struggling when it comes to hitting with guys in scoring position and getting some hits as well. But this one, he shut everybody up with a big-time moonshot to center field, and it was no doubt epic. And the top of the lineup throughout a portion of this game struggled. McCutchen, although he pretty much struggled offensively throughout the whole night. Rhys Hoskins, Bryce Harper, JT, and just like last night when we said the top 4 hitters went 1 for 14 and the one hit was a dinky single blooper. Well, we need those guys to step up. Didi stepped up, and then you had Phil Gosselin step up. And we go, hey, at least some guys are playing, right? At least some guys are stepping up. And then that's when JT did his thing as well. And the other guys had something to do with it as well with the walks and the bunts. So when I say there were some negative things to nitpick, I think there were some things from Rhys Hoskins where I still see some flaws with the swinging and some of these pitches that he should totally be able to destroy. That's a negative for me. Andrew McCutchen at the plate's a negative for me. I didn't love what the top 4 guys did until late, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. It's only game 2. Maybe they need to get some more time, get some more live swings in there. It's totally different playing an inter-squad game and some exhibition games compared to actually going out there and competing when things matter, without a doubt. So from that standpoint, they're going to find their rhythm, hopefully, and from there, they pick up a bit and they start doing their thing. So tomorrow afternoon, Sunday afternoon, you have Vinny V on the bump. It's a crucial game for the Phillies. Crucial. So I would say, yeah, there's some pressure on Vinny V, but you know what? That's how I would want it to be. I would want Vinny V to have pressure. Look, this is how it's going to be. If you're going to be the third guy, if you're going to be the player that we're getting that hype with, right? We're finding that hype again for Vinny V. If he's going to be the guy that we need him to be in that third spot, you're going to have some pressure on you at some times. And let's be realistic. The third game of the season against the Miami Marlins, while there is pressure to win the series because you bet your ass you better win this series, it's not the most pressure you're going to feel if you are going to be in that spot legitimately. So, take it for what it is. Take this moment and grab it, just like Phil Gosselin. Look at Phil Gosselin. He grabbed an opportunity and he ran with it. Be that Vinny V. I mean, be that. Here is a chance. Get on that bump. Lock in. Do your thing. Throw your high 90 fastball, man. Mix in that cutter. Mix in that changeup. Mix in those off-speed pitches. But let's utilize that. Hey, I just said look at Phil Gosselin. Look at Zack Wheeler, too. Because Zack Wheeler established that fastball, and then he was able to do some other things, but it was all about establishing that fastball first. Do that, Vinny V. Vinny V doesn't have great numbers against the Miami Marlins. So if he does this, that's good. I'm not going to go, oh, well, it was only the Marlins. Because Vinny V has struggled against this team throughout his career. So shut him down, man. Shut him down. Let's talk about the bullpen real quick. Tommy Hunter came in, allowed a hit. He also walked someone. Didn't really love much from Tommy Hunter, to be fair. But Guerra came in. It was a, 7-1 baseball game at that point in the 9th inning. How much oomph was left in the baseball game by then? Totally understandable. But in a spot now where this team is looking for bullpen guys and looking for someone to step up, where you really have so many question marks in that bullpen, I think you'd be satisfied and a little intrigued. Let's say intrigued by what he was able to offer there in the 9th inning. But it is a 6-run lead, and it's kind of a blowout. I get it, but look, you have so many damn question marks. Maybe it's just something to raise the eyebrow for next time, and you see what he can do in a different situation. But you saw that he was able to do a little bit of something, so maybe it just keeps you a tiny bit excited. I'm just throwing something out here. Maybe you get a little excited. Throwing something out, seeing if it sticks. There you have it. 7-1. 7-1 victory for your Philadelphia Phillies. The fans went wild. All those fans went wild. I will say, I saw the Fox broadcast for some of the other games today. The fake fans, I thought I would like more. Because they're so spotty and they're so random, and one clip you'll see them without them, and then the next clip they'll randomly be out there, it's a little odd, no? I feel like don't even put them in there. I thought it would be way better. I thought it would be the entire time, but it's a little weird. I like the sound effects. I can get behind the sound effects. It also sounded like later in the game they got louder as well, which seems better, right? It seems more realistic in some broadcasts. I think Fox might be even pumping in the broadcast more than just the stadium and hearing it. I'm sure MLB are going to be making tweaks throughout to land whatever is best for baseball when it comes to the fake crowd and the fake crowd noises. But hey, look, I'm intrigued by it. I love watching baseball no matter what. I can listen to no broadcast at all and just listen to the pure sounds of the game where the ball hits the bat or the ball hits the catcher's mitt, you name it. I can listen to any sort of baseball. So, I guess I'm the outlier, though, really. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or any other podcasting platform, you can use the review system as a place to comment. Remember that this episode of Sports Talk with Broads is sponsored by Orbit Energy and Power. With over 20 years of experience in the solar industry, they are home to your solar experts in residential and commercial. Their solar program helps eliminate your electric bill completely. They offer flexible financing solutions such as $0 down. Do not forget about their water purification systems, backup energy services, battery storage, tree removals, electrical upgrades, and more. They provide so much for your home. Their information is in the description. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time.